in the concept of free will, that in a time that whole earth, whole planet is facing extermination, there is a coming of these civilizations, of these greater beings, to begin to plant and pick out the people they're going to keep, they're going to help get out of here. They implant them, they know them, they follow them. And there is a huge, huge effort to save a lot of beings in an effort called divine intervention. And divine intervention is to glean from any planet, or to divine, to, if both countries are praying to God under a different name, which one wins and which one loses, which one truly gets the victory. Where does the right to live on, whose hands does that set in? The most righteous. And who are the most righteous? Those who respect the free will of other beings. And those that do it the greatest, whose leaders are strong and immovable and fearless, and fight for their people and their liberty. They are the side we're on. Those whose movement is to enslave personal liberty, to enslave free will, they're the ones we take down. So, all around, there is a quickening that's going on right now. It's right above here. It's right up above here. Always seen by the military, by the way. To find those people, to help them through. And to help them through, because if I say to you that in free will we have the right to interfere, we have the right to interfere in a person's choices, regardless of what they did. Our humanity is not stronger than our God. We see the importance of that person continuing. And you intervene and you help them. And you help them unconditionally. That act of genuine help is a God act. It's an evolved act. And when we see that evolved act of generosity to postpone catastrophe, to postpone the losing of one person's lifetime, to ease the burden of a person's debt, doesn't matter. What is the greatest reward is that we did it, you did it. That's what we're after. Now, if we're after such an individual, imagine the kind of beings that are watching this planet and how and what level they've evolved to. They are the evolution of free will to the subscribed state of consciousness. They're so broad-minded. They think in terms of the large. They think in terms of time, in a moment, not a moment in breath, but they think in terms of life, in terms of eternity. So to them, they've evolved to a state of huge appreciation. That's who they are. That's why they got to be who they are. That's why they live with such of their kind. That's why they come from the kingdoms they come from. And they are here to find that amongst these peoples at this time. That's what they're looking for. And they will intervene in the destiny of those groups of people, those individuals that they will take care of in the times that are looming. Now, what does this have to do with the spiritual journey? It has everything to do with it. Because as incarnated divine beings into an instrument of flesh, people lose their way. They lose their way, become more physical and not so much spiritual. They become more cause and effect, more need to entertain. They need to be so much more. They become the animal. They become the winter in the tribe. They're not so spiritual. The acts of a God are truly unlimited. They are beyond human reasoning. Because you could say, well, why would you say someone like that? That person is this and that, and they have a loud voice, and they're this and that. Why would you want to save them? Because the assets and virtues of that person are known to those who are going to intervene. See, you are known. And not by what you say, but by what you think. Saying isn't the official cartouche of what you are. It's what you think and how you live is what we know about you. And so, it is the inward journey. It is the inward goodness. It is the inward kindness. It is the inward compassion that we see, and we can see it. Not so much what you say, but what we see. And in that is the spiritual. That is an individual capable of remarkable things. An act of kindness. The last given to an altar, the last shilling given to the altar of God for a prayer that could have bought a year's food, given for a prayer. That's spiritual. Person helping another person, that's spiritual. A person transcending the wickedness of human, chemical, cultural divisions and becoming starlight, visionary. That's spiritual. A person transcending the physical strength of the body to become an immortal strength, that is spiritual. A person transcending insurmountable odds, whether it is health, whether it is labor, whether it is addiction, overcoming surmountable odds and being a fighter for their own life. That's spiritual.